What does the word feedback mean to you? If you're like most people, you probably think of feedback as something you give when something's wrong. You give feedback to fix an issue, right? But here's the thing. Feedback has become this tool we only reach for when we're frustrated. It's how we say, here's what you did wrong, and here's what you need to fix. And let's be real, nobody likes being told what they did wrong. But here's something most people don't realize. In most situations, feedback can be just as effective, even more effective, when it's given in positive terms. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine you're teaching your 12-year-old niece to play tennis. You could say, stop hesitating when you go for the ball. But what if you flip that into something positive? That swing was amazing because you charged the ball with confidence. See the difference? It feels better, it works better, and it builds momentum, not resistance. Now let's bring this back to your relationship. No guy is perfect. Every good relationship is going to need some feedback. But feedback often spirals into arguments unless you flip the script and make it positive. The problem is, we usually only think of giving feedback when we're annoyed, when something's bothering us. But what if you made an effort to give feedback when things are going well? It takes more effort, sure. You have to look for the good stuff. But when you do, and when you name it, it can completely change the tone of your relationship. And science backs this up. Positive psychology researchers say people have way more room for growth than we think. One of the biggest keys to unlocking that growth is positive and specific feedback. Let me give you an example. If you just say, great job, that's nice for him. But he doesn't know what he did that you liked, he can't repeat it. Let's say your guy finally plans a date instead of leaving it all up to you. Don't just say, thanks for doing that. Instead, try something like this. I think I'm enjoying this date even more because I know you planned it. It makes me feel really loved when you take the lead. See how specific that is? He gets it. He'll remember what made you feel good. Now, what happens if he never plans anything? How do you compliment something he rarely does? Well, you set it up. Let's go back to my example. Only this time, you ask him where he wants to eat. If he says, I don't care, push back a little, and say something like, I'd really like you to choose. And when he finally does, you say, it means a lot to me when you weigh in on plans. Even if you don't have a strong opinion, it helps me feel like we're doing this together. Yes, it's wordy, but that's the point. Specific, heartfelt feedback builds a connection. So here's the challenge. Next time you catch him doing something right, tell him in detail why it matters to you. And remember, love grows in the space between what we notice and what we say out loud. If this was helpful, please take a second to like the video, and thanks for listening.